From the gun, it's Wentz. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. So he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at the 23. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. A first carry for Samaje Perine. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and...
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Boykin. Completes it right side to Dodson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Out of the gun, Boykin. This one caught by Crowder. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Shorty. Run. 81.
Shotgun now for Wentz. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Ryan Kerrigan in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
81. Run.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. He's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
Yeah, you don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
Now it's the Boise State alum, JByrd. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go. Go. 120. Shit. Good shit. Great.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Ryan Kerrigan in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he's going to go down again. Preston Smith in there for sack number 22 on the year. Just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22 and a half set in 2001. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. On first down, Boykin. Caught on the right side, Reed. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. And you're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now Boykin on second down. He'll rifle this one deep right. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with a jive. Space to maneuver at the 40. The 40. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jay Ajayi, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now, win the game.
Give the tackle that time to Rodney McLeod.
Oh, yeah! Ohio! Ohio! Hey, four down.
This time, Boykin looks to throw. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From the gun on third, it's Boykin. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than say that you won the division, because I know from building a team.
He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Mason Foster in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. To throw, it's Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Now Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Again, it's Wentz. Screen pass to Sproles. He'll have a first down past the 40. And down right around the 37. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Ajayi, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Black, come on. 82, 82. 81.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards on the play. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now it's Ajayi. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
81, 81. 81, 81. Black, come on. Win.
To throw is Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They start on the ground with Piron. And he'll get this one up to the 26. The tackle was made by Michael Bennett.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd down, here's Boykin. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Chris Long in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Ohio! Ohio! Check.
From the gun, it's Boykin. And the pressure gets to him again. Fletcher Cox in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Sproles, the return. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. A second quarter score from KC. And the Raiders have jumped out to an early lead over the Chiefs. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. There's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And the tackle there will go to Ryan Anderson.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Play action. Now Wentz. Forced out to his left. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
On 1st down, Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
He'll get it up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Run.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Lion. Two-jet. 82.
Wentz going to throw. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And Elliott puts this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing here, Boykin on first. His throw incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
2nd and 10 now, Boykin. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
3 down. 3 down. Oh,
yeah! 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. The Redskins on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6.
Flex round! Flex round! 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Right, 58, right there. Ohio! Ohio! See what you got.
Out of the gun, Boykin. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yep.
Run what
Put
you
your
do
foot on
best.
the gas.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Wentz now on 1st down. A dump off to Sproles. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play there for Philly. 54 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Credit the tackle to DJ Swearinger.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Great 15! Great 15! Hey, stack!
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Flushed out right. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Three red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with a J. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The Eagles on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Wentz now to throw. He'll buy some time right. Flush right. No, here he lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. The drive starts with a handoff to Pirine. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Flex round! Flex round!
Boykin on 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. He finds an opening past the 40. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Pirine. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Boykin on second down. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Hey. Four down.
On first down, Boykin. Floating one, incomplete. He was looking to get that one to Chris Thompson, and that'll bring up second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
3 down. 24's the mic.
2nd and 10. It's Boykin again. Out to the left. It's complete to Dodson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
Ohio. Flex round. 24's the mic.
From the shotgun, Boykin. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game.
Flex round.
3rd and long for Boykin. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the bat.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Come on now. Let's go. Great.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Go. Ready?
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Caught right side, it's Jeffrey. And he'll bring it up here to right At the 40-yard line.
That's it, baby. That's it.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
82, 82.
Working from the gun, Wentz, and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, and it's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8.
Trey 15, Trey 15.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Throw right side taken in by Wallace. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Ajayi. Oh, bowls right over him. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and goal.
Trey 15.
They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Wentz now on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now it's Boykin. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
Go ahead, take a seat. You can't stop me.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Ohio!
From the gun, it's Boykin. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Richardson. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now Boykin on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And he's into the clear. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick-6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick-6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Hey, you got three. Three down.
Here's Boykin off play action. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
They'll run it here with P-Ryan. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
They'll throw on first with Boykin. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll begin the drive with a jive. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Great. 81. Black.
Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Eagles on third down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is third down and 12. Now Wentz. It's complete. It's Sproles. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
24's the mic.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
24's the mic.
To throw is Boykin. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check 3.
Now Boykin. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And all the way to the opposite 45. It's a big play there for the Redskins on third down. And even 40 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Flex round.
Throwing here, Boykin on first. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. The Redskins on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Boykin. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Ohio! Ohio! 4 down, check, 4 down.
They'll go to P-Line, trying to pound it in. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'll be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
Everyone's got 4 down.
He'll get it up the middle, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. Boykin. That's complete right around the 8. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Rents and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Go. 120!
Here's a handoff to Sproles to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle.
Well, Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Tackle made there by Mason Foster.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now Wentz on third down. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They run with a jive. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. They run again with a jive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
This 5-2.
This is a jive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 11. And on the ground they go with the running back. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he was 3 for 3 to that point, but he couldn't keep the perfect game going.
Did someone mention it on the bench and jinx it?
Maybe jinx him a little bit.
Well, you doubt it had anything to do with overconfidence, but hey, it's an inexact science. These things do happen.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
Boykin on 1st and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Here's Boykin to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Watch 2, watch 2. I don't even know why this team showed up.
Here is Boykin, able to get away. He's going to let it fly. And he's got his man. That's Crowder for the Redskins touchdown. Jamison Crowder with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve. And
you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Down 2 scores, out of timeouts, a must recover if they're going to have any shot. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now they try the right side here. And he stopped immediately there. Give the tackle there to Josh Norman.
But he was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime.
35, watch 35.
They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Philadelphia, a final win means they will finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-4. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, we'll have to see what happens as they're going to finish the year 10-6. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.